Can I run Windows Docker container on a Linux host operating system or a Linux Docker container on a Windows host operating system? Or can I run both Windows and Linux containers on a particular Docker host? Do I even need an operating system to install Docker containers? If yes, on what all operating systems I can install Docker? And how to install Docker for practice? I'm going to cover all this in today's episode. Welcome to another episode of weekly video series with me, Atul Kumar from Team K2 Academy, where we help you in your cloud journey, including cloud native applications running on Docker and Kubernetes. So before I cover all the points I mentioned earlier, to give you some context, I run a step-by-step comprehensive training program on Docker and Kubernetes, including certification, which is Certified Kubernetes Administrator, that has 16 modules, 60 plus lessons, 33 hands-on lab, exam preparation, and the most important on-job support. And for all Docker and Kubernetes beginners, I also run a free approximately 90-minute masterclass where we cover things like what is a Docker, what is Kubernetes, or why are companies preferring Docker over virtual machines. And towards end, I'm going to tell you how you can get hold of this free training. So in these free trainings, one of the most common question I get is, can I run my Windows container in a Linux operating system, or vice versa? Or can I even run both Windows and Linux containers on a host running a Docker container? And some may even ask, do I even need an operating system to run Docker containers? Can I not run a Docker directly on a bare metal like the way we use virtualization engine like hypervisor? So I took a clip from our Docker and Kubernetes training where our trainer Mamta covers exact these questions. So the first thing you will need in order to run a Docker is an operating system, and that operating system can be either Windows or a Linux. Once you have installed Docker on your appropriate operating system, then she talks about creating different type of containers that you see here on the screen. So if you look at this operating system, which is on Ubuntu, we have installed a Docker, and on that you can install a Windows container running Apache, or maybe a Linux container running a database, or a third container which could be either Windows or Linux running Jenkins, and like that. So multiple different type of containers running on a Docker host with underlying operating system. So once she covers this, then I'm going to tell you the Docker installation options. I'll tell you how to install Docker on Windows or Mac or a desktop of your choice. And we'll also look at how to install on a Linux operating system. So let's see what Mamta has to say.
Docker needs operating system underneath. It's not like virtual machine that it would not need operating system. It can work without operating system on bare metal as well, right? With the help of hypervisor. But Docker's basic need is an operating system. We will try and understand that as well. And on top of it, I have installed Docker. So this Docker has multiple flavor. It has the Linux and family flavor, which I have installed on Ubuntu. We have the Windows flavor. So Windows has multiple flavor underneath. You have the server level flavor for our home edition or the professional for our laptops, what we have. And these are few of the production level thing, but you have the Mac OS as well. So if you want to practice at home, you can either go with this, or if you have a Windows operating system, you can install this. So you can just look for Docker for Windows, Docker for Mac OS, Docker for Linux, and why there is a different type of software that is very important. So in this system, we would be running several applications, and they would be running as containers. Like, for example, I can run an Apache server, I can run a DB, I can run a CI/CD tool like Jenkins. So these are few of the tools which you can run. In case I'm running this in physical server, standalone, then they can hinder each other's working. So what we would do, we would go to the environment in which I have operating system and I have installed Docker on top of it, and then I run multiple applications and they have dedicated resources. That is important. Okay, I can say how much of GB of RAM and how much of virtual CPUs I can associate with each of the containers. So they get confined to that. I can say how much I would be requesting initially to start and how much would be the max limit as well. So few of the things you can specify when we bring up the containers. So when we do this, any type of containers can run in any type of environment. It's not dependent. So I think in 2017, if I'm not wrong, 17, Windows containers came into picture. That means I'm running Windows application inside, and I have a thin OS of Windows over here. And if I say I'm running a Linux container, that means I have a Linux operating system and I'm running any Linux-based application over here. This says what is the host operating system. So this guy is denoted as host OS, but the one which we are talking about, if someone says I'm working on Windows containers, that means the container is Windows. So there's a difference. This guy sitting over here understands the language of the application, and this software translates that application to the term which is understood by this host operating system. Okay, so here in my case, I am having an Ubuntu operating system, and in case I run any type of application on top of it, that would get translated via this software which I have installed to talk in terms of Ubuntu and get it back in terms of the language which is understood by the guest operating system.
Well, that was a clip from our Docker and Kubernetes training explaining that first Docker needs an operating system. So if you look at this diagram, so you can install Docker either on Linux, Windows, or Mac operating system. And from that Docker, you can create multiple containers. So one container here with this Windows container running Apache web server, another container which is running Linux, or Linux container running a database, or third container again Windows running Jenkins. So Docker needs an operating system. You can install it typically on a Linux or Windows servers. From the same Docker host, you can run both Linux and Windows containers. Now let's quickly look at the installation options for Windows and Linux. So there are two versions of Docker editions. One is Community Edition, which is free, and then you have Enterprise Edition, which is paid version. You can install this Docker either on-premise, which is in your customer data center, or on cloud, where you create a Linux or Windows machines and then install Docker on top of that as your Oracle, AWS, or Google Cloud. There is another service that you get from these cloud providers where they provide containers as a managed service, like Azure has Azure Container Instance, ACIs, or AWS has Elastic Container Service, or EKS. Then you can install it on your laptop or desktop. And as I said earlier, supported operating systems are Linux, Windows, or Mac. If you want to install it on Windows, you can directly go to the Docker Hub and download Docker Desktop for Windows. Now, one thing to note, if you are on Windows 10 Professional or Enterprise Edition 64-bit, then you can directly install. But if you are on Home Edition of Windows 10 or previous version of Windows, then you need to first install Docker Toolbox and then you can install Docker Desktop. Now, installation is quite simple and straightforward. Just download and double click on the installer and you'll get Docker Desktop. If you need to install on a Mac, simply again search on Docker Hub for Docker Desktop for Mac. At the time of recording this, which is in July 2020, if you are on Mac OS 10.13 or new, then you don't need any additional software. But if you're on previous version of Mac, then you need to download first Docker Toolbox and then you can install Docker Toolbox, and then for Docker app, you simply drag it onto the applications folder, and then you can start using Mac. And if you want to install it on Linux, in our training program, we install it on Ubuntu, and either you can create a virtual machine of Ubuntu type on your laptop, or you can go to any cloud provider. These days, they provide a free 30 days. In our Docker and Kubernetes program, we create an account onto Azure Cloud and then create a Ubuntu machine. And once you have a Ubuntu machine, simply first update the Ubuntu image itself by going and doing apt-get and then update -y. If you already have installed Docker in past on that machine, then you need to remove it, but this is totally optional because if you're doing first time, you will not have any Docker installed. And then in order to install Docker, all you need to do is just type apt install docker.io. Once Docker is installed, then you start the Docker and enable the Docker. Now, if you want to use that Docker from a non-privileged user, like in my case, I want to run it from a user called Docker machine user. In that case, when you install this Docker, it creates a group called Docker, and all you need to do is add that user that you want to run Docker containers. That operating system user you need to add in this group Docker, and how you add that user into this group is by using usermod -ag, which means appending the group Docker to this user, which is Docker machine user. And once you installed, you just type command docker space version, and it'll give you that Docker server as running on Linux AMD 64, running version 19.03.6 version. So let's see a demo on creating or installing this Docker on an Ubuntu machine. So I've created a Linux machine of type Ubuntu on Microsoft Azure, and I've assigned a public IP. So this is the machine which I'm connecting to and installing the Docker. Now I've connected to this machine with on Ubuntu, and I've already installed Docker on this machine earlier. So if I look at Docker dash dash version, it will tell me that it's 1903.6 version. And if I want a full detail, I'll remove this Docker version. And that's telling me that the client version is 1903 and my server is 1903.6 as well. It's running on operating system Linux AMD 64. Since I've already installed Docker earlier, I'll uninstall this Docker first on this machine. So I'm typing this command sudo apt-get and I'm saying remove docker and then my Docker engine docker.io and hit enter. And it's saying, do you want to continue? It's asking me to uninstall. I'll say yes. And now it has removed all my Docker services. So if I look at now, again, go for Docker version, there's no Docker file available on this or Docker engine running on this server. And if I have to install it again, I'll simply type sudo space apt space install space docker.io. This is for Ubuntu. And then it's downloaded the software now and it's installing 17% done. So my Docker is installed and all I now need to do is add this user into the group, which is Docker. So I'm typing this command sudo space user mod, modify the user, append the group Docker to this user, the user for which I want to use this, run this command. Now you have to log back out and log back in. I've already logged out and logged back in on this machine. And if I do my Docker hyphen version, and then it's telling me that's again 1903 installed, and I have server version 1903, and the operating system is Linux AMD 64. Now, what I've done is I've just downloaded and installed the Docker on this machine. And if I want to look at now what all Docker processes are running, or if any container is running, I just need to do Docker space PS. There should not be any container running right now, but I've not, because I've not installed the Docker container. If now these containers have started using a image, and I've already downloaded few images on this. So by default, when you download the or install Docker, there'll be no images. So you can get those images from Docker repository. And then here right now, I see 3 images already downloaded on this machine, and I can use these images to start a container. Now, what is image? What is container? How do you start container? How do you get image? Probably things like these I'll cover in my future episodes. Well, that was a Docker installation on Ubuntu, a clip taken from our Docker and Certified Kubernetes Administration training. In the training program, we go a little deep into these topics where we cover first about the installation overview and how to install these on Windows and Mac as well. For practicing on Ubuntu, we first create a Azure trial account in Azure, then we create a Ubuntu machine on Azure Cloud, and then we install Docker and some additional tips around installation. And if you've recently joined the training program, then look inside the membership portal for these guides. And if you're a complete beginner and would like to understand what is a Docker or what is Kubernetes, how Kubernetes is different from Docker, why you need Kubernetes, including the certified Kubernetes administrator certification, which is quite hot skill in the market currently, what to expect in the exam, what to study, and hands-on lab you must perform, then I would like to invite you for a free approximately 90-minute training with myself and our certified Docker and Kubernetes trainer, Mamta, where we talk all these things like Docker and Kubernetes and how to prepare for this exam. So the URL is ketonacademy.com/Kubernetes02. So now in one of the previous episodes, I mentioned about Docker architecture. So we've installed this Docker daemon on the Docker host, but we have not yet created the containers. And you create these containers from something called as images, and you get these images from registry. So what is image and how to get image from the Docker registry and how to create these Docker containers from these images. I'm going to cover all that in the next episode. So I'll see you next week.